Hello, BookTube. For the last 3 days, I've been going to a local book sale near me, and I'm going to show what I got from those 3 days. Primarily, I go to the sale for romance because it's like the only place I can find historical romances or romances with step backs because I'm just so unlucky at finding those type of books. And so this is going to be mostly that, but I do have a tiny stack of some other stuff that I found. And normally I'd have a lot more romance, but pretty much because normally they have like two or three tables fully dedicated to romance, but this year they were like this time they were like, "Ill no, let's whack that to half a table and split it with this gross genre called sci-fi fantasy." Ugh. And the fact that they done that to my Joanna Lindsay and all my other romance girlies made me really sad. But so I did get a lot still. But anyway, I'll show you the stuff that isn't romance related. So I got Waverley by Sir Walter Scott here. I've only read Ivanhoe by Sir Walter Scott, and I've always heard Waverley's lovely. And yeah, if you want to buddy read it with me, please do because I'll get to it soon. But I've always heard good things about his Walter Scott, and I've always liked Ivanhoe. Then I found Alexander Pope here. This is a collection by I don't know what press this is. Anyway, this is like a 700-page anthology of Pope. I haven't read Pope. I've read a tiny bit of his Homer, and I'm always on the lookout for his translation of the Iliad. But outside of that, I do have the Oxford World Classics, which is like only like 300 pages with notes. And I thought I'd invest and get this chunky edition of Pope too, because why not? Because I want to be smart. And then I found in the kids section, I found this random biography of Augustine, Saint Augustine. This is by Peter Brown. I've heard a lot about this and this famous biography of Augustine, and I'm an Augustine girly, and so I brought it, of course. So I can't wait to get to that. I'll maybe save it for December when I do all of my Augustine stuff. And then recently, Mara from Books Like Woe and Jess from Jess Owens have a little podcast, Welcome to My Open Tabs. And they talked about in their last episode K2, the mountain, and all the horrific death that happened on that mountain. And luckily, I'll forever be too poor to ever climb mountains, and I would literally rather do anything else than climb mountains. But here is K2, Life and Death on the World's Most Dangerous Mountain here. So I brought this as a bit of a theme. And so those are some of my, that's like the non-romance stuff because we're about to get to the romance. And I got a bit desperate at times to find some stuff. Like I literally had to buy large print editions of some of these books because I was like, I need more romance. Like I'm not traveling all the way here just to find free books. So there are some large print romances later on, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So let's start. Some of these, I literally haven't read any of these, so it's going to be a quick basic. But first we have Gillian Hunter's The Wedding Night of an English Rogue. I haven't read any Julian Hunter, but we'll look at the step back together because it's incredible. Look at this right here. It's so lovely. We have that. Then we have some Stephanie Lawrence, and I found a lot of her. I don't think I've ever read Miss Stephanie, but I have a lot of her books, so I can always go to her. This is A Fine Passion right here, and this is so beautiful. Look at this on the inside. Oh my god, the way her dress matches the flowers, I can't. I don't even know what it's about. I literally just picked these up. And then we have Joanna Lindsay, of course. We have this is one of my favorites, Warrior's Woman. Of course, we got the Fabio edition, and I don't have many. If you've seen my romance book shelves or whatever, I don't have much of the original covers because I think people keep onto them, like keep them because they're so iconic. So I get the less cool ones, but I have that. And then I have one of my favorites from her. This is Tender is the Storm, and look at this cover right here. That sticker in the way. Oh my god, genius marketing. If I was alive in 1985, I would have brought that just based on that cover. But then we have Sandra Hill here, Reluctant Viking. We have that. Then we have some signet romances. I used to have a lot of these, but I read them and just get rid of them because I don't really reread them. But we have The Duke's Dilemma by Nadine Miller right here. Then we have Patricia Oliver's Roses for Harriet. And then I didn't realize I even had this in the bag. This is Lynn Kirsten's, oh my god, what's that say? Francisca's Rake right here. So that's a tiny bit of what I found. Then I'll get some more. We have more Stephanie Lawrence here. This is the Untamed Bride. We have Elizabeth Thornton, To Love and Earl, right here. These aren't step backs. Then we have more Elizabeth Laurel. We have Desert Rain, right here. Miranda Jarrett, The Very Daring Duchess. I actually don't know what any of these are about. I literally just picked them up. Then we have The Pretender by Barbara Miller. So we have those. And this is where we get to some of the bigger stuff here. So I'll move all of these closer. We have Grace Burrows, My One and Only Duke, in this lovely pink. And it goes around. So these are large text editions because I wanted more romance. Then we have Lindsay Sands. I have always heard of Lindsay Sands. This is a Highlander's Promise right here. And I've always heard of it. I've always heard of Lindsay, but I've never read her. And I feel like this is a perfect time. Then, of course, we have the iconic Lisa Kleypas. Of course, right here, this is Chasing Cassandra. We love that. Then we have some more Stephanie Lawrence. We have A Season for Marriage right here. And then we have Beyond Seduction. And then the last book we have is one, I saw this cover and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be incredible. And I didn't even read the back. I literally just put it in my bag. And that is Mary Jo Putney. I think I've read a Putney novel before, but this is Once a Spy. Look at that cover. Oh my god, that is incredible. It's got the wraparound, large text edition, but hey, I'll keep these for when I do lose my eyesight. And so hopefully these will be some of, I can save that for later. But yeah, that was just a quick haul of my recent finds at like book sales and whatever. But yeah, let me know what you thought about these books in the comments below. Where should I start with some of these authors? Did I find any great ones? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much for watching BookTube, and I'll see you next time.